Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again. We get another deck tech. Wednesday today, so it's Pauper deck tech time. And I've picked one of the uncommon legends from Wilds of Eldraine to do. And as you all know, because you're here for it, it's Sharae of the Numbing Depths. 2 blue and white for a 2/3 Merfolk wizard, I think. And whenever Sharae of the Numbing Depths enters the battlefield, tap target creature opponent controls, put stun counter on it. And then whenever you tap one or more untapped creatures your opponent controls, draw a card. This only triggers once a turn. Yeah, okay then. We like doing this with Pauper. Tapping stuff down in a blue-white control deck. Not probably the most difficult thing in the world to do, but it's a fun deck to play out. And it does annoy your opponents. You know, luckily there's not too much Shroud, or well, there's a little bit of Shroud, a little bit of Hexproof in Pauper, but not as much as there is in some of the other decks that I'll be getting to when I do the bigger version of this next week. So, how does it look? Well, if I get the things right, press the right buttons, there we go. It looks very much like this. Blue and white lands all the way through. I quite enjoy the hideouts and the sack lands, you know, like the storefront, hideout. Go and search the lands out. Everything you can expect is here, including obviously, you know, Command Tower is here because it is common at some levels. Little bit of ramp with Arcane Signet, Marble Diamond, Sky Diamond, and that's kind of it really. But the plan is to get up to 4 mana as quickly as possible with our 36 lands, and then start playing some of the stuff that's going to help us tap down things, draw cards, and eventually I'll start at the top end actually, hit our big guys at the end here that are really going to be our win conditions. So you've got Depth Charge Colossus, you've got Ulamog's Crusher, which I'm sure people are getting bored with seeing now. Cryptic Serpent's quite good in this deck. Basically, most of the time, because of how we do things, it ends up being 2 blue mana for a 6/5, so that's pretty good. Glacial Crasher. Okay, can't attack less than amount on the battlefield, but, you know, it's a good blocker at 5/5. Deep Sea Terror. Can't attack unless there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, which there probably will be by the time you get to there. Ether Sniper's just here as a little bit of a early duels, evoke target, or late game, you know, pay the 4/4 that bounces something, which is fine. Captivating Unicorn taps all the stuff when it comes in, because, well, when we play other enchantments, we've got a few in the deck, so we get a little bit of bonus from this. And then Quicksilver Fisher, nice flyer in the air. 4/3, draw a card, discard a card. Fine with that. But it's down the bottom end where the fun really happens. So you've got things like a Crowing Jailer, which comes from Magic Origins. Dramoka Doomcaster from Cards of Traquair. No, Dragons of Tarkir. There you go. Gavany Trapper from our latest Innistrad sets. And then Glare of the Aegeus. Make one of your creatures big and tap another creature. Get a card draw. Keep it going. Moth Rider Patrol makes an appearance. A little bit expensive as a tapper, as 4 mana to tap a creature. But the thing about the tappers, and I will point this out now, I know the Dreamcast is a little bit difficult to do something without flying, but it says once each turn. You can tap things down in your opponent's turns. I'm guessing you already knew that. But yeah, I thought I'd mention it anyway. That does kind of help you get even more card draw and get down to some of the things that will help you get there. Moth Rider up to. Sinew Dancer's also here. If for some reason your opponents do end up with poison counters on them, it might be a case of you'll be able to poison, get someone that way. Again, expensive, 4 mana to tap something, but hey, what else you can do with a tap deck? Stun Constable, you get to discard a card that's completely useless and tap a creature if you really want to. You know, so if you get a point where your mana flooded and you don't need them, go for it. Brainstorm, I know that says it's rare on here, but I had it commented on a previous video that Brainstorm is actually common, and this is just a rare version of a fancy looking card, so hence why it's in the deck. Draw 3, put 2 on top from your hand, on top of your library. Lovely. Big deck manipulation. And Flood. Yeah. I forgot Flood existed. This came from a treasure chest. I can't remember what set it was in originally, so apologies for that. But 2 blue, tap a target creature without flying. Just pay 2 mana. Lovely. Cheap. 2 blue, but you know. Giga Drives lets you tap down everything in sight. You can replicate it many times if you need to Alpha Strike. Mind Games, I would recommend holding on to until you've got the 4 mana. You can always do the payback and the buyback side of it, so you've always got that tap target artifact creature or land ability in your hand. Network Disruptor gives you a nice little flyer from Newforex, no, from Neon Dynasty. I've got too many ins in my hand. Opt Preordained, just give you some card draw, molip top of your library. Rush of Ice, tap target creature and it doesn't untap, and then you can awaken it, which makes one of your lands a 3/3 elemental creature. Again, another way of getting your creature count up a little bit, because we are a little bit shy. Well, not that shy, we've got 37, but you know, extra one could help. Searing Visions again joins the whole Preordain, Opt and Brainstorm part of this equation, and then Snare Master Sprite. I quite like this. I'm having fun with this in the drafts at the moment for Wilds of Eldraine. Pay 2, tap a creature, put a stun counter on it. Thank you very much. Get your card draw. The Priest lets you tap down non-humans, and is a little bit bigger than the 1/1s. It's a 1/2. Blinding Mage is also a 1/2, and that taps anything. Expose Evil lets you tap down 2 creatures at instant speed and you get a little clue to help you investigate and draw an extra card. Feeling a Dread lets you do it twice with a flashback. Frostbridge Guard is also from our new Wilds of Eldraine set and is 3 mana to tap a target creature, so I can cope with that one. Grasp of the Hieromancer, people forget about this from Origins. This creature gets +1/+1, has whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. Nice thing to put on one of your beaters to get another blocker out of the way for a turn. Plunge into Winter, tap 1 again from Wilds of Eldraine. Plunge, tap a creature, scry 1, then draw. For 2 mana's pretty good. And Pressure Point, same thing, tap target creature, draw a card. Only difference is no scry. So, yeah, okay. Freeze in place, lock something out at sorcery speed for 4 turns while the stun counters come off it, and a scry for you. Impede Momentum does the same thing with 3 and a scry. Counter spell help you take out something that's going to be annoying and big. The little bit of ramp I've already mentioned with all 3 of them. Court Street Denzian. Whenever another white creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap a creature an opponent controls. We have a lot of white creatures. Boom, boom, boom. Deviant Trapper casts a historic spell, tap a creature, so our artifacts, and if we're playing out Sharae, we get a bit of tap off this, but it's a 3/2 for 3 mana. Ooh. Apologies, which is quite good in my mind. Stall for Time, another one with Kicker, and you want to make sure you do this with stun counters on it from New Demaria United. Yep, there you go. Unveiled Tactician from the original Eldraine set has the Adventure side, lets you tap 2, and then you get a 2/3 fly for 3 mana. It's okay, cope with it. Chrome Prowler comes into play, tap target creature and opponent controls. It's got flash, so it does save you in a combat situation. And it's a 3/2 creature at the end of the day, which isn't too sad at all. Frost Breath taps 2 creatures down, they don't untap in their controller's next untap. Same with the Lynx, because you know, the Lynx should be breathing out the Frost Breath, really. I think it'd be more fun. Ojatai's Breath we all know about. That rebounds as well, so you get 3 mana and 2 uses from it. So that's pretty cool. Pestamite is usually a combo card, but it is common, and it can flash in as a 2/1 flyer that taps something down or untaps something, so it may be you need to get a big blocker in play. This will help you do it. Queen of Ice, originally from the original Eldraine set, tap a creature down for the Adventure side, Rage of Winter, and when it deals combat damage, tap another creature down, and that creature doesn't untap its controller's next step. Rooftop Nuisance Casualties, you can sack off something you don't need anymore. Tap 2 target creatures, maybe draw 2 cards. It's probably worth sacking off something that's about to, that you don't need anymore. Yeah, one of these guys maybe. Stitch Mangler ends battlefield tapped, but when it ends battlefield, target creature an opponent controls, that creature doesn't untap during its next untap step, so lock something down. So gives you a little bit of zombie fun. Wave Crasher, heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Wave Crasher Triton, target creature an opponent controls that, that doesn't untap. Now there isn't that many spells that target. Actually, there's only really the Glaring Aegis, so bear this in mind. This is a 1/4 blocker more, and it's going to be a tapper for this deck, so keep that going. And Celestial Regulator, you got to love this from Streets of New Capenna. I think everyone had a lot of fun with this when they were drafting it, and it was basically who got the most of these won the game. So yeah, if you control a creature with the creature counter on it, that choosing creature doesn't untap. So it's good. Tumble Magnet's a traditional one. Coming back in, this was in the Double Master set. I can't remember what set it was in originally, but yeah, it comes in with some charge counters on it. You get to tap it, remove a charge counter, tap a creature down. Fine. A Chronum Mastiff is a big version of a tapper. A little bit over the top price-wise from Journey into Nyx. 4 mana for a 2/2 that costs you 1 to tap something down, but okay. Bowler Slinger, just do the backup thing where we come into play, get to do it 1 turn. Whenever this creature attacks, tap an artifact or creature an opponent controls. Half Elf Monk, Stunning Strike from one of the Dungeons and Dragons set, the original one, I think. Yeah, Forgotten Realms. 1 and white and 1 tap target creature, but it's a 1/4, so it's quite a good blocker, and it has vigilance, so you know you can go to attack and then tap something down before they declare their blockers. Rock's Veteran comes in for the battle cry, so it pumps all our creatures up when it attacks, and whenever it attacks, tap a target creature and opponent controls. Another tap down, so you know you'll be drawing some cards with this deck. Rhyme for Reindeer. We've got the odd enchantment here and there. Yeah, not many, but yeah, if we get free tap out of it, so be it. Spellbinder Mage, Spawnbinder Mage, sorry, tap an untapped ally you control, tap target creature. I don't think this may be where I've gone wrong, so I don't think there's any other allies in the deck, so you may have to take this one out. I'm just going to pause and check for a second. Hold on. Nope, I was right. No other allies in the deck, so it's come out and extra planes has gone in. That's why you're looking at planes at the moment. Sorry for that. Deck list will be correct, so there you go. Protocol Knight, stun counter on a creature, 3/4. Very nice, thank you. Vantress Transmuter puts a curse token on something. I like the curse token. It's getting good for me in sealed and in drafting, so I'm enjoying playing them, and it does give you a way of taking out some of the big stuff that might be playing. You know, if you're playing a mono green ramp deck, for example. Sphinx's Insight, draw a couple of cards, do it in your main phase, go some life, and all the rest of the deck I've already mentioned. So that's it. That's my cheap take, well, on Sharae of the Numbing Depths. I quite like this as a Pauper deck for a change. I hope you do too. If you think there's a tapper I've missed out or something that you should be playing in the deck, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll be back tomorrow with one more deck tech for this week probably, and we'll take things from there. And then next week you'll get to see, well, obviously, yeah, you've got Sharae, but you've also got, coming next week, if you want to see the big version, I've got the non-Pauper version coming next week. Probably Tuesday next week. It's High Deal of the Icy Crown. So, you know, but I will say this for High Yielder, I do have Sharae in here as well. So bear that in mind. But that's it for today. As I said, let me know what you think in the comments. Anything you think I've missed out. I hope you've hit the subscribe button. Desperately, I'm still sitting on 230 as I record this, so I'm hoping we'll get a few more people come and join us. Yeah, we'd really love to try and get to 500 by the end of the year, so yeah, please tell your friends, get them to come and help me out a little bit as well. I'd really appreciate it. But that's it for now. You can see me play this on Twitch when I get some Pauper games on the go. There's a link to my Twitch down below. Come and give me a follow over there, and hit the bell icon for when I go live, so you know when you come and see me playing Commander. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.